Venice, Florida.
We're going to tell you why it's more than just a beach town.
And we're getting started right now.
So first of all, just the fact that it's a beach town does make it awesome. So we're not going to say that's not great, but there's more to it.
Yes, definitely. And a lot of people don't just want to go to the beach every single day. I mean, there are some people that love going to the beach every single day, but for those of you who don't, there is a lot to do in Venice. Like the downtown, just walking around the downtown, it's great. Not only beautiful, but it's very, very walkable. And there is a lot of little shops and like souvenir shops where you can get souvenirs if you're on vacation.
And it's very unique looking as far as like the architecture and all that. Like a lot of people, when they come to it, are like, wow,
yeah,
this is it. And it just has a very different feel that's unlike anywhere else. And I also want to point out that like just being a beach town doesn't mean it's a good town, right? We've been to a lot of beach towns where we're just like, or it just seems kind of boring. And I think little things like well, it's not even a little thing, it's a big thing like the downtown separates it. It's just got its own feel and it's unlike any other downtown I've ever been in.
Yeah. Yes, and just how clean it is, it also makes it, makes you feel comfortable just walking around and going shopping to little shops. It's not like we have malls or anything in the downtown, but the little shops, which are very quaint and you can find good deals. There is actually 2 stores where everything's $10.
Yeah.
Totally recommend checking those out.
And I think another thing that's kind of unique about the downtown, so a lot of this is going to revolve around the downtown, but there's some other factors we'll get into and things that make Venice more than just a beach town. But I think how it's positioned and what's within the downtown, you've got all kinds of arts and crafts festivals and the farmers market and all that stuff kind of in that area. Halloween comes in that area. You've got a little park where there's yoga and laughter yoga. You got a splash pad for the kids. So all those things being baked in is kind of unique. And then just across the street, you've got the beginning of Heritage Park, which is this beautiful like trail/park in the median that you can walk right to the beach. It's about a half-a-mile walk. And just to the other side of that street before you start really getting down that trail, right here, you've got tennis courts, shuffle puck, people play pickleball there, basketball courts. So everything's kind of that you need and want to do for fun, outdoor entertainment, exercise, it's all right there.
Yeah, it's all in the downtown and within walking distance. I mean, it would be a little bit of a walk, but probably like a mile, I would say, to get from like the downtown to the beach, which every time we do that walk, I think it's so amazing that we're able to do that. And like our family too mentions it, like every time they're here, it's like that's the one thing they remember. Yeah,
it's the one thing they love and makes them really love Venice. And I think another thing that makes Venice stand out, and it really comes to light when you're in it, especially in the downtown, is the people. The friendliness of the people, how just relaxed everyone is. Now, I think a lot of that is because we are a retiree-centric city. A lot of people that are in Venice, especially in the winters, are either snowbirds or retired or both. And yeah, people will just make a lot of small talk with you. It's very uncommon for someone to walk past and not at least give you a nod or a hello or wave and smile.
Something very, very unique here in Venice too is the Jetty. We technically have 2 jetties. One is in Nokomis, which Nokomis and Venice I feel like are the same city. They're just so close together. But having a jetty to go and just watch our beautiful sunset, like the pastel colors, and it's just amazing to see all of that, like all that beauty in one place.
Yeah, and being able to see, you can see dolphins, sometimes manatees there. And it's also just unique because we've been to a lot of the beach cities throughout the southeast coast of Florida, basically from Cocoa Beach down to Miami. We've been from about Tampa, actually Dunedin, and Tarpon Springs all the way down the west coast. And the only other place that we've seen that has a jetty is Jupiter, Florida. So that's something kind of unique to the city that not most beach cities have.
Another unique thing in Venice is all the different parks that we have in the area. Heritage Park, which is downtown, it's amazing. We also have Centennial Park in the downtown as well. And there are a lot of like little different parks sprinkled throughout. Also, Pine Brook and Shamrock Park are great if you want to go for a walk or just to like spend the afternoon.
Amazing walking trails.
And Shamrock Park has picnic tables, playground, and some grilling stations.
Yeah, and both Pine Brook and Shamrock are good. They have basketball courts. There's croquet at Pine Brook Park. There's tennis courts, soccer fields at not soccer fields. There's soccer fields at Pine Brook, not at Shamrock, but both have tennis courts and just a bunch more. There's a lot more like sports activities to do them. And then John Nolan Park's a cool park because it's basically a loop and it's really well shaded. And it's on Venice Island, and there's signs along that loop that kind of have pictures and a little bit of text telling about some of the famous landmarks in Venice and the history of the city. So that's kind of unique. And then you've also got another unique park in West Blaylock Park. It's got all kinds of different plants with signs in front of them that tells you a little bit about those plants' origins and, you know, how they like to be watered and sunlight and all that kind of stuff. And there's just a unique sort of thing to be able to go to a park and just almost be like a little plant museum.
Yeah, and something too unique to mention with Blaylock Park is that during Christmas, people will actually sponsor a tree, and basically you just decorate it with like Christmas. A lot of people make it kind of like a little memorial for their loved ones. So it is pretty cool to just walk around and see all the different styles and all the different trees like covered in with like ornaments and Christmas lights.
And I think that really highlights another thing that's kind of different about Venice and a lot of beach towns is there a very strong sense of community and just friendliness and wholesomeness, I guess you could say. And that really does come across during Christmas with all the Christmas lights, all the Christmas events, activities, and just, you know, again, a lot of the things that we do in the city come around that hub of the downtown area. But we also got like a Christmas boat parade that's pretty famous. And yeah, just there's something about, and the actual Christmas parade as well.
Yeah.
The Christmas parade is huge, and tons of people will sit, you know, set their chairs out hours. They used to set them out days before for it. So, you know, things like that are just something you're not necessarily going to get in every beach city.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email us. I am a local realtor here, 941-221-1897.
Call or text at any time, whether you're looking to move in the next few days or the next few months, we'll always have your back.
If you found the video helpful, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and
Live breezy.